Hello friends, welcome to this special session. And the topic of today's session is Do Words Matter? This is a special session which I am starting today and it is titled as My Musings. Now, before beginning this video, I would like to appeal to all of you to please watch it till the end to understand the context completely. Now I am recording the video in English language because I have not been able to decipher what is convenient for you. However, I will also record the videos in Hindi language alternatively. So I was talking about a very wonderful experience of mine and it happened to me some really recently. So studying for so many years and meeting a good number of new people, I have realized that in today's times, we have started giving very less importance to words. Recently, the same I did, and it's a mistake I must say, is that I was recently talking to my parents 1 week before, and probably no, not actually 1 week before. It's much before. I think it's really long time. But I was chit chatting with them in my drawing room, and amidst our conversation, I used a word which does not exist in the vocabulary and it was meant to exercise a negative impact. It was a negative word. Negative does not necessarily imply abuse or slang here, though I would also like to put the slangs in the same category. So, as I was talking to them, I used this word very randomly and very suddenly it just dawned upon me. And we ended the conversation, we forgot about it. But after a few weeks, when I was having a conversation again with my parents, at that time, we were all using the same word. And this word, the most difficult and most terrifying fact about the word is that it became a part of our vocabulary without even us realizing. And this is not the only horrendous thing, but after a few days, I noticed that people who came to our houses, who came to my house, also started using the same word, and this awful word, which does not exist in the dictionary and has a negative sense, became a part of our vocabulary just because of me uttering this word in my ignorance. So, this just gave me an idea that I must convey this to all of you necessarily. Please watch this video till the end, since at the end I am going to give two surprise suggestions which will be really helpful for you. So, continuing what I was talking about is the symbolism associated with words. The irony in today's society is that the newer generations do not have appropriate words to convey what they feel. At the same time, they will definitely speak what they do not imply. What is my view is that speak what you mean. If you don't mean it, then don't say it. Often, when I go to college, I find my friends and some of my close friends, and any associate, maybe for that matter, saying that this word is just meant to be uttered, it does not hold any significance or literal meaning. In that case, if you don't mean a word, why do you need to utter it? This is my question, and it's an open end question to all of you. Also, I would like to say that we belong to the Indian culture. Assuming that most of my viewers are Indians, I would like to say that all of us belonging to any faith, any religion, we definitely believe in mantras, hymns, affirmations, and positive uh, affirmations during prayer. At that time, the syllables hold special meaning. Mantras are nothing but syllables which have a special kind of vibration. So, why do you want to lower your vibrational energy, your personal aura, by uttering a word which you don't even intend to say? Essentially, I would like to add that you should not think that words do not hold any meaning, because words and symbols, these are the two bases of the creation. When we speak a single word, whenever a word or a syllable is uttered, it first of all it creates a symbol in the mind of the receiver as well as the one who is speaking. Moreover, not only that, also it creates a vibrational sound in the atmosphere which may remain there for a very long time. You may even forget it after uttering it. So essentially, my appeal to all of you is that let's try to change our vocabulary for better. If we are able to improve our vocabulary and our way of conveying things, then our personality will develop automatically. We do not need any extra classes to learn to impress people, which is a very important skill in today's era and has always been an important skill for a business person, for a student, for a lawyer, for any person, whosoever he or she may be. So, if we go much deeper into this, I don't want really to go deeper, but the purpose of making this video is that even if one of the viewer watching my musing decides to at least eliminate one negative word from their vocabulary, then my purpose is achieved. So, what I want to say is that whichever faith you belong to, your words definitely matter the most. I know that intents do matter more than words, but intent and thoughts remain in your mind and are not conveyed. But what you speak is what other people understand from you. What you speak is what you are judged upon. Even if you go and refer the Bible says that for your words you will be acquitted, and for your words you may be condemned. This also implies that the kind of impressions we are creating on our subconscious mind and conscious lives is because of the kind of words we use. Also, I would like to appeal to all the peers that it's really okay to use a good vocabulary even if your friends don't approve of it. Because the friends, especially in youngsters, are all of the same age group and do not realize the significance of a good behavior. I know friends are very important and they form an integral part of a person's life. But a friend may or may not remain with you till eternity. But what you speak, your actions, and your words, these are the two things which are going to remain with you till eternity and eventually will also form a part of your personality, your aura, and your imprints. So it's just a small initiative on my behalf from my side to all my dear viewers who enjoy my poetry, my English poems, and my Hindi poems. I really appreciate your encouragement and I am thrilled by the immense support and love I received due to my recitation and my writing of poems. So, this is all up to you, friends. I am no one to preach something to you, but I wanted to share these musings with you for a very long time. And I hope that from this weekend and the week thereafter, you will try to at least follow or at least decipher some percentage of what I am trying to convey to you all. So, as promised, now I would like to tell and convey to all of you that I have two surprise suggestions. Remember, these suggestions have a power, have a capacity to change your lives. And when I am saying this, it's not overwhelmingly said, or it's not something which I feel is inappropriate to say, because these suggestions are of two really good international bestseller books which have helped me also to discover a very good insight into my personal life. So if you are a viewer who is interested in books, this is going to be a treat for you. However, even if you are not someone who likes books, these two books is a must read for every student, for every professional, whatever your age, whatever your gender, whatever your intent of living is. These books are really supportive in building a new you. So, what is the name of the book? Is there are two books actually, my friends. These are international bestsellers. The first one, which I am going to recommend this weekend, is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I know many of you must have read it. If not, then you must at least once try. Just read a few pages every day, try to decipher it. You will really learn a lot of new things from this book. This book is by Dr. Joseph Murphy, who is the best selling author, and this book has been a really good inspirational best selling guide for a long time. This book was originally published in 1963. Its genre is non-fiction and it's a self-help book. This book will explain to you in detail the scientific reason behind our words and how the words consciously as well as subconsciously affect our thinking pattern. What is an affirmation and what is a prayer? You will also realize this when you read this book, that too in very simple words. So, the name of the first book I am recommending to all of you, my dear viewers, is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Let's go to the new book, the second book, and the second suggestion of the day is The Power of Positive Thinking. So, after hearing positive thinking, please don't suck, all of you. Listen carefully. This book is an international New York Times bestseller and it has been on the top list as one of the most beautiful self-help books. So if you are going through a stressful period in your life, then this book is definitely for you. And even if you are not, this book is going to give you a really great time. It will help you improve your mental health and become calm and peaceful, which I believe is the need of the hour in today's society. So, the second book recommended by me is The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. This book was published originally in 1952, and this book really helped me change my life. It was gifted to me by a very dear relative. I hope these two books will help you as much as they did to me. Even if you are not a person who is much into books, you must once look into these two books. You will easily get it online or offline as these are best selling books. So for today, only this much from my side. Please like my video if you appreciate my work and musings, and share this with your friends and family. Also, you can dislike the video if you didn't like the content of my video today. This was all about the musing session, and you can also find me on Instagram. The link is given in the description box. Also, I would like to add that subscribe my channel and please press the bell icon if you want to receive English and Hindi poems written and voiced by me, as you always do. Have a good day. Bye.